Good evening, this is Nerfed Human, and welcome back to our Rebels campaign here on Rome Total War. And you join me outside of Carthage, where we are, well, 43 regions controlled. We're not too far away now, and we've managed to jump on one of their fairly empty settlements here. We'll be heading in very, very soon. The likes of Numidia are in an interesting place because they've just kind of got their faction leader and a random family member standing here on Sardinia for no particular reason. Not sure why, but they've still got 3 regions. Well, for now, I do have some plans for that. Yes, we have ourselves a lovely army over here, just some random lads over from Italy, and they are going to, well, maybe pick up a few units at QQ, since no one's bothering to do anything about the town. And we'll just send them over here because this seems empty as well. If there is an army there, well, we'll see when we get there. But we'll just try and turn up if we can. And we are starting to get spies out in this part of the world, by the way. So we can see Numantia is not particularly happy, and we can see there are indeed some Carthaginians floating around this part of the world. Cordoba under siege. I think we also have Bagabusha under siege, which is unfortunate. Because, okay, I don't know if we're going to have enough here, but we've got 6 horse archers now. So that's not bad at all, not bad at all. We're about a turn on from last time. By the way, I've walked into Salona since that was, yeah, just basically a general and an archer unit. We also captured this settlement over here, which has been under siege for a few turns now. Thought we might as well go and do that. Although, to be honest with you, I'm kind of just going to go and leave it. I think we're fine. We'll burn things down if we need to. I mean, there's some stuff here. We'll get rid of... actually, we might keep Freya. Do we even want things to grow? We're never going to control it. Sorry, Freya. We're going to burn down your stuff. Although it would be nice to get a spy. Why can't... Oh, it's just a trader, yes, not a market. It's not grown enough, but we will go and give a poke over to the Dacians over here. Yeah, so on the Dacians, 65% public order here, 120 here. We actually aren't at a Quincum yet, but you can see there's armies of spies on their way. We've got good old Sextus. The army from Apollonia has gathered with a few Illyrian mercenaries to head off towards Thessaloniki. And we do have a good old assassin Isaac, who we saw last time, do a little bit of murdering. But it does look like, yeah, maybe we just need to take on this guy as well and keep him getting trained up. Although I think we've got more coming in next turn anyway, so possibly I didn't need to do that particular movement. Sardis, 2 turns away, but Aaron, good old double A Aaron, the brave man himself, says he's rather lazy. Well, you know what, I think he was quite brave in his battle, so we'll let him continue with his slightly silly spelt name, and we'll let him head into Sardis before long. Well, we'll let them sally forth in 2 turns' time. We're going to keep sending some of the peasants over the border to try and grow our towns, because yes, the like of Ramesses has picked up a couple of our random peasants, but we need more over in this part of the world because too many of these towns are awfully weak. And this part of the world, well, Akhmos the Great, we got a little bit of update to his army. We've just managed to get some of the reinforcements there. So a couple of horse archers are over there, and Neos is now on this river instead. He is actually on his way over to Hatra. It's felt like a convenient place to stop whilst he'd run out of movement points. So yes, I think Carthage is a good place to start, although we're actually on our way to deal with them anyway, because, well, I don't know how much of this got 3 units. I'm not really sure where all their armies are. There's one here, but I assume that can't be it. Anyway, we're going to go and head on in. Hopefully this won't be a complete massacre. It won't. That is absolutely fine. So we are... Eat my bucket of money. Carthage is ours, and it is now the city of Rescuterme, which doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but it will have to do. Okay, Rescutorne. Alright, fine. It is what it is. Very high tax rate. We will take it. I think an alarm just went off my phone there, so apologies if you heard that one go. And we will... What do we want? Oh, arena. Now we can't actually train. We can't actually train any gladiators. Maybe I should change that in the files. Can I change that in the files? It's hard to. The rebels are complicated. Okay. Well, for a turn at least, we are Roman. So I'm just going to spam those out. That might change. It has typically changed after a turn. So yeah, you're on your way over to Cirta. Thapsis wasn't super happy last I saw. So, okay. You know, I'm going to get more in this direction because we do need some scouting ahead of time over there. And we'll see about that. QQ's about to build his Governor's Palace. So I'm in a good position to... Yeah, okay, yeah. This guy can move back to Thapsis as well if I want him to. So actually, I might... You can move back there next turn. Keep on spying. Doesn't know that there's anything over there. Okay, Mr. Spartacus himself. It looks like he's given some good intel. Nice to know. And right, well, 21 odd thousand monies to spend. I mean, we're actually building... Most of these Italian cities are building right now, but there might be some more money I can spend before the end turn. And you know what? Campus Antiochus was also under siege. I forgot about that one. So we might as well go and claim that one back. I'm happy to reclaim an old territory. Oh, these were some lovely, lovely encounters early in the campaign. Let's make them not go to waste. Let's take this back, damn it. Well, it is good to be back. I'm very happy to be back in an old hunting ground. And these guys are going to get themselves shot by my horse archers. It's a kind of typical starting point here. In fact, it looks like the other guys are actually being shot. The Naked Fanatics. Excellent. Always good to shoot the shirtless lads. Don't appreciate you turning up without your shirts on. It's like Newcastle fans turning up for a game in London. No, 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 no. Put your shirts on, chaps. Although these guys at least have a better beer belly than quite often those typical images have. Okay, fine, enough of that nonsense. Let's get on with shooting down the warband. They're in a bit of an awkward position. We're actually not quite at an angle to shoot at them, annoyingly. But where are you going? I don't know. A few javelins coming in anyway, so we're going to go take them down. Interestingly, the general has arrived at the gateway now. A few javelin missiles coming in at him. Someone got slapped off their horse onto a wall. That's very good fun indeed. And the warband are pretty much shredded already. But the Naked Fanatics mostly dead. And there are some more... Is it Falksmen on the plaza? Indeed. You know what, sir? If you're going to be carrying that weapon, you're allowed to keep your shirt off. So, we will... Well, to be honest, I'll be quite happy to stand outside the town for a little while. If they're going to stand in shooting range, the moment I walk into the town, well, it's probably a different story. So, we'll see what they do for a moment. But it might just be retreating now. Might just be the moment to start moving. And with a classic archer trap and a big old war cry, we are going to head on in, but we're mostly just going to be using, oh, he's already ranting. He's gone. Yes, we'll just be using the more basic lads, because there wasn't really much point in using the others. Guys, get back here, you numpties. We want the Falksman to go down, but we might as well be shooting at them. He'll probably rout easily enough. So he's going to come in for a second poke. This one particular unit can hang back and deal with it. Steady, only steady. That's embarrassing. Yes, I thought we might as well use these guys rather than some of our better infantry down here and try and whittle them down just a little bit before we go and deal with some other cities. Now, we could deal with Thrace potentially. There is a river crossing down to the Thracians. We have to decide if you want to deal with them. A little bit concerned about these guys charging in. They can be very painful indeed. Hopefully a few missiles. Hopefully the charge will just end it right now. Probably should. Get in there, lads. Get in there. And I think that'll be it. That'll be it. But the battle hasn't ended. Is someone left on the plaza? Oh, there's like 3 guys left over there. They're shot. They're very much being shot. Okay, well, you guys don't need to worry about shooting anymore. Just get yourselves to hand. In fact, I think we'll just let these guys live out their deaths. Brilliant. So, good old Adelaide. He's not unfortunately going to get to rename the town properly, but we might give him something. And there we go then. He's now a slave trader. He's renamed the 2 towns as Adelhaides' Campus Antiochus and Adelhaides' Campus Adiamos. Very nice indeed. So, I guess we can actually do some repairing here. Unfortunately, we haven't made it Scythian, so I guess that's what's going to happen. Put it onto a low tax rate, and to be honest, can we just get moving straight away? We can, and we possibly will. So... what do we want to do with them? Now the thing is, we probably just want to plonk down a watchtower first and foremost. So we're going to plonk down a watchtower here, just so we have a very clear view. Okay, Dacians are coming. So do we want these guys just to be camped out here, or do we want them to do something with Thrace. I don't know right now. There's also Tomzantium, of course. So yes, we've got to consider those options. But for now, I think I'm going to save up my money and we'll end our turn. And in what cannot be a shock in any way, shape or form, it looks like Castlevania is under attack. And can we win this? We've got a couple druids, which is well worth noting. A couple phalanxes and some warband. Okay, what are they coming in with? They've got dogs, but they have no general. This could fall apart. It's actually a very, very similar force. All right, let's head on in. Apologies for the woolooing. There's quite a lot of it going on. I actually couldn't get these peasants into position at the start of the battle. And their 7,000 rams are all going to... Maybe don't go that way, lad. Maybe go this way. Yes, their 7,000 rams are going to be worthless because they're just going to run on in. So, okay, I've got myself militia hoplite along this position here. Their job is largely to try and hang on the plaza. Actually, a double thick here. But obviously, if they're on the plaza, then hopefully all will be fine. Now, okay, these guys are probably going to make it back. That's a-okay. Now, what I've also got is a few little traps. Obviously, these guys just kind of hopefully create a little death zone. They're actually facing a mixture of ways. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And obviously, with these guys to do that, plenty of woolooing going on from all involved, which is absolutely marvellous. But I've also got odd bits of general cavalry just hiding around the side and the back. This round's burning down, which is impressive, guys. I don't think you needed to burn that. That one's also burning down. So, unfortunately, that's going to mean that they probably don't get as distracted. But hey-ho, it is what it is. So we'll just get these guys to run to the town centre. That'll be lovely. And, alright, so cavalry coming in first, hopefully. They will all hit my lovely, lovely pikes, who might just catch them. Might just catch them in this little direction here. So we'll see about that. But yes, it is a nice day here. As we stand by our tent. That's a tree by the temple. Well, the temple's actually behind us. It's quite cool, actually. I do enjoy it. So yes, let's try and get ourselves a nice position here. Yeah, there we go. Oh yes. Isn't this just beautiful? Grab myself a screenshot as this guy clearly wants to die. Gallic warband, of course. So we're going to war cry these guys. This guy... Look at the balls on this lad. He's just coming to say hi. All right, mate. You're going to die soon enough. Give him a war cry, lads. Yeah! Anyone going to actually stab him? No? Oh, I think he's coming for you, Steve. Who's your money on? I've got my money on Greenie over here. I think he might be okay, you know. Oh, smack in the head, lad. That's unfortunate for him. He's not even trying to fight anymore. Oh, no, he's picked someone new. Oh, he's been up to the ground, but I think he's getting up. He is getting up. Oh, excellent. Life of a soldier. Right, there's an actual battle about to arrive. But anyway, let's continue with this lad. Down goes the gate. That's not what I'm interested in. Are we going to miss it? No, he's back. We're back with him. And to be fair, this guy... I mean, I really should be paying attention to this battle. Is he dead? He's dead. Okay. Good. Right, you guys, war cry. All of you, war cry. I think we might need to get into the bat. Where are they going? Oh, they've noticed my cav, have they? They might have noticed my side cav. Oh, yeah, they have, because he's actually currently fighting someone. Okay. You know what? Just run him around the town, lads. You'll be fine. Get out of there. That'll be a-okay. So we possibly have another situation like that over here, where these guys are going to get into them. Lovely! We're just going to keep a war crying for the moment. That'll be fine. And you get into them, you get into them. That'll be a-okay. So, Mr. General on that side is going to get in position. This guy is he getting caught slightly? But I'm just going to lead him out of the town. It's going to keep him distracted and they'll get shot by the towers if nothing else. Which is a-okay. That's exactly what I want to see. You guys, this is going to get complicated and confusing very, very fast, isn't it? These guys need to... Yeah, of course, they're kind of overlapping. So yes, these guys just need to get themselves back into the overlap position. That is a-okay. There is also the potential chance, if they don't follow you, sir, that... Yeah, the general here will have to deal with him instead. So let's bear that in mind. Warband are coming on him. General's just about mopped them up. He's run down a side street now. Sir, that's... Okay, we found a new path. Not sure why we're going this way. Yeah, grab a screenshot of that because I don't know either, sir. Okay, so we'll go and deal with him. Yes, indeed, looks like cavalry are going to come in that way. And annoyingly, they've actually sealed us up here. You naked fanatics, get yourself all angry and war cry and head on in. And we can send him those druids as well. That'll be okay. Everyone just seems to be... Are they even running? Are they just moving around? They're just moving around. Okay. Well, our attempt to create little traps hasn't been quite as fully effective as hoped. But it's a-okay. I'm just going to pull these guys back if they can make it. They're shaken, but they're fresh enough. They fancy their chances even. These guys probably will break through that, so I'll just continue to see how that goes. And it looks like they are... Oh, we've hit the skirmishers. Is that a sensible battle for you? This is the small unit. Or they're already battered unit. You know what, sir? Get yourself back. I think you did a nice job mopping someone up, but you don't need to die. They're quite good units, to be honest. So I would say go and do that. Now, as for the main bit of the battle, I would say, lads, it's time to warband war cry. And I would say, sir, it's your opportunity to do that as well. And it looks like, yeah, we've cleared out those guys. That's good news, because that means that we can come and close the trap on those lads. So I'm going to say at this point, do we want to charge on him? Yes, a little bit. See, they're just running away whenever that happens. I'm going to try and grab them in a bit more of a battle over here. Kind of try and get them involved. Why are they running off? Just because I don't fancy dying. Be brave and die. Okay, so they're now trying to flee through our line, which is hilarious. So we've got yeah, good old double situation going on there. In come the dogs, which is possibly not convenient when you're not wearing much of a shirt. And to be honest, I'm not sure there's very much under protection for those for that particular set of clothing either. No, probably not. Okay, well these guys should probably just pull themselves back. Come on! Pete's sake, this battle's going to be a lot of little management stuff, I imagine. But I tell you what could be fun. See what could be a lot of fun, actually. Let's grab these... Yeah, these two lads here. Get yourselves over there. Thank you very much. And I'm going to say, you pull yourselves back. You guys war cry. And it looks like they are going to come forward a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the war hands. Oh, no, we've got a break. The dogs have done their dirty, dirty work again. Okay, so we've got a war cry on here. These guys can war cry again. And I'm going to say, get ourselves into the back for a hilarious, hilarious charge. Get these guys forward, get these guys forward. And at some point, this battle happened. Okay. Get the druids in there as well. Get the peasants into that one. Let's just... Oh, the crunch is happening now. And go and get... Oh, the hit on the rear is doing some work. Oh, this is magnificent. Okay, if we can just get a second route back here. They're very tight. No, we've got to route on ourselves. Got to route ourselves. Oh, there's a few routes, though. There are indeed a few. Oh, including us. Rebel General, no. This guy turned up just in time. And now, and sadly, they're going to be ripped apart. That's a shame. That's some good units gone. Kind of thrown away, to be honest. But it is sadly just the way it goes. Right. Go and get our guys back here. They're going to throw their lives away. Because that's just what they do. War cry! And this stage, is anyone coming this way? No. Okay, that's absolutely a-okay. So we'll just continue to push with this one unit who are basically winning the entire battle by their cocking selves. Get in there to the general, lad. In fact, I'm going to tell my general to start part. Yeah, down he goes. And that should be the mass route over here. Oh, yeah, there he goes. There he all goes. So they're routing. Does that mean they're going as well? Indeed it does. I think the entire thing has fallen apart. It's a shame we lost those cavalry when we did. But I think it may have helped along the way. To be honest, I'm just glad we held on to Castlevania because what a magnificently silly town this is. But there's an awful lot of ghouls to go and mop up. And there's a few warhound holders left, so we'll go and get on top of them, I suppose. Well, wellity. 3,229 kills. Decimius. Nice job. The new turn begins with a very long loading button and also quite an interesting guy for a Nautius here. Okay, good old Esau. Superior commander, good attacker, wall breaker, unfortunately a drill master. But his other talents are very, very good. Would be nice though if I could ever, you know, do anything. There we go. Alright, so he's somewhere. Not really sure where. So, Decimius gave himself a confident commander. That is not a huge thing considering the job he just did. Now I might actually get the peasants. The peasants were actually quite useful here, but I possibly should just disband them for the population. It would be quite useful to get this growing. So that might actually be what I do over here, because I haven't been training troops in Brutii for a little while. So maybe I should do that. So yes, let's just get things growing. That would be a nice plan. We're getting assassins out of there, and Amulius, you get us a couple triremes because the pirate ships have been not really forthcoming recently. I wouldn't mind a few more in that regard. So what units are you? Just some militia hoplites. You bring yourselves around to this part of the world. I think we've already got more of those sorts. Yes, that's right, because I had a sneaky force over here. The sneaky force, though, who are currently on their way, aren't quite able to sneak in because, sadly, these guys are, keeping their army right there. And he's unfortunately missed the target. That's a bit of a shame. You keep moving. Nothing too exciting in this part of the world. Now, they're clearly having trouble with that town, which means I'm going to send more that way. QQ, on the other hand, is looking potentially vulnerable. It's looking potentially not so vulnerable anymore. So building up the wall. It's actually grown quite significantly. It's over 6,000 in terms of being a minor city anyway. Thapsis is... The question is, which way round do I want to go? Leptis Magna has some units. Now, there was a boat over here with some troops on it. Yeah, maybe we go for that. Oh, some more mercenaries. Very nice. We're possibly going to be needing those. So, you get yourselves over towards Leptis Magna. That's quite amusing. Yeah, you know what? We'll send a spy there. Harder to get over here. So we can send some more spy reinforcements at another time. Yeah, so we've got now... What's on these armies between each other? 5 units, that's okay. And there was... I've just lost the new boat. There we go, these guys. So yeah, there's actually a decent little force coming now. We could, though, do with the likes of a spy. And you know what? Yeah, send that boat over there ready. In fact, can you just take out the Spanish? No, you can't. That's a bit of a shame. Bit of a skippy eye shame, but they can at least get us a load of spies, and it is going to grow. That is something. So yeah, Castlevania. We got back some of those rebel generals, by the way, because they were... we won the battle. Normally, when units are routing like that, they actually do at least just kind of get captured, which means you normally get them back. So that's pretty nice. You, sir, if you can move a little bit closer, that would be useful because we could probably use you to... Yes, just retrain some of our units, although it looks like, yeah, actually 32. So there we go. We can at least bring those guys together for the next bit. Now, as for the rest of the... Oh, he died. That's unfortunate. Go find out what's happening in Alessia anyway. The Britons are attacking us. Now, actually, annoyingly, these naked fanatics have finally actually managed to arrive. It might be a bit late for that, sadly. So we'll see if we can do anything. I've been sending boats up in this part of the world just to try and do something, but sadly, yes, we just haven't had the spawns over there. So as for the rest of this, these towns are not quite rebelling the way I'd like them to. But we are now getting eyes on a lot of this area, and with Loversice also under siege, there are potentially some more problems for them. Okay, Dacian army is coming in. Now the question is, do we desperately want to hold on to this right now? Or do you want to see what's going on? Okay, they're near the bridge. That is very interesting. They've got a full stack over there. We can't make it to the bridge, though. So in that sense, I'm just going to say Epic Siege is going to be more fun. Now actually, oh, we've turned Thracian, which is exciting. Very exciting. Ooh, okay. So yeah, let's get some retraining going on, but I quite like that. Yeah, that's not good for our population. I'm going to get the sewage just for that particular thing to be sorted out. I'm going to send these guys back over here. Don't need too much scouting over there. Sardis is one turn away. These peasants are just going to disband. And should this be snowy? It looks a bit strange right now. Hey-ho. Right, over here, weirdly, we actually didn't get attacked on the bridge, which is quite frankly shocking. But I suspect it might just mean instead it's time to go and deal with Antioch. So, okay, let's put it under siege, sir. If they want to sally you, they absolutely can. And we're going to send these guys over here. Do we have any more peasants in this force? Not especially. We'll put one more turn on that river and just see if the other army wants to take him on. And I wouldn't mind the horse archers, for example, and the chariots and the bowmen. Yeah, you get yourselves over in this part of the world. We're going to get some reinforcements in. Fine. Cyrus 2 turns from attack. Things are coming together. And the inevitable battle, another bridge battle with the Seleucids, although this time it's Neos on a different river, which is nice. Alexander, though, is here this time. And they've brought a load of Eastern infantry mercs, as well as some random Arab cav and things as well. Now, okay, we don't have the best army for this, really. I have a few archers, actually some of, yes, Atmos the Great's magnificent archers have been sent over here as he got some fresh lads. It was very nice of him to pass them over. So we've got a few archers, not maybe as many as I'd quite like for a bridge, but it should be plenty enough. Let's head on into this and take out the faction leader. Well, it's a different army and a different river, but it's pretty much the same situation as ever. They are not bothering to cross the river. We have lost a few archers to their camels at the very start of the battle, but quite frankly, it's yeah, it's just going to be me waiting for the timer. However, this time they've actually brought a general along. In fact, it's their faction leader, isn't it? And he's just standing here at the front getting shot. So, well, I guess it's useful target practice. It is a little bit of you know, extra training. So this time at least, it's well worth watching him die because, yeah, it's quite useful at least to take him out, even if the rest of the army is basically, there we go, even if the rest of the army is just going to basically run away or just wait out the timer. But hey-ho, we'll do a bit more damage and then the battle will end. Well, slightly less of a waste of time than usual, but seeing as there was no small crossing on the side, I couldn't even use my javelin safely on this occasion, so we'll take it, the faction leader's gone. And soon enough, Sardis will fall to us too. We will enslave the 2 people who live there because the Seleucids drain their entire population. And, okay, time for Bagabusha. For some reason, he's no longer captain. He did run away last time, that is fair. Okay, so, yeah, Sogdanius of Uruk is coming. Oh, he's got a pile of cocky horse archers. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes, but it's not really ideal for my composition either. In they come to battle, and okay, we've got 2 Steves at the gateway here to defend it. Might not work out too well, but we'll get them nice and close. There we are. Get yourselves right up to the gateway, lads, and see what you can do. They also on loose formation. Now, guys, you probably shouldn't be running, but yes, we are indeed going to try. If we can get the horses out of the city on this stupid unit scale, we're going to try and pick them off this way. I suspect that's for the best. Although if the gates open, then there might be an issue. Actually, they might just start boring in. So maybe we do need to get these guys out here nice and quick. I'm going to say we do that. Actually, everyone, get yourselves moving nice and fast. 40% on the ram, on the wall, okay. So those 2 will hopefully do okay. We actually do have some experience on some of these guys, which is very nice. Bagabusha's going to head back out with the other cavalry guy being general this time. Absolutely magnificent. And we're going to go for the classic, I would say, yeah, second to last unit is the target. I'm going to say loose is probably a good idea, but yes. Kind of like if you're charging chariots into a line. I'm going for the second from the end. and hopefully then we can pick some of them off. This guy though has immediately run into battle, so down goes the gate just as we arrive. I'm just hoping basically to get mass routes going on. That's essentially the plan here. We are going to get shot to ribbons, so let's just try our best to head on in. Hopefully we're still shooting them down as well. And yeah, get yourselves in. That's another route. That's good. So yeah, this is probably our best chance of routing some of these guys. Just try and pile on in. Now we've got our own route for a moment, but I quite happily mop some of them up in the short term. Oh yeah, this is not bad at all. This is actually vaguely working, although Bagabusha is in a little bit of trouble. No, we're just ploughing through one by one. This is good. This is good. You see horse archer spam? Who told me that this is nonsense? I mean, we are doing it to other horse archers, of course. But yeah, let's just keep on using sheer numbers. The general hasn't got in yet, so we'll just keep on going. Oh, Bagabusha's dead, canonically. He avenged his father who took and lost the town once upon a time. He's now fallen, now that he's given up his generalship. What a shame. Okay, we have pretty much cleared out all these horse archers, which is... Look at this. We're going to lose this... we're going to lose this particular little bout eventually, I guess. The general might have just charged into the city, though. I'm not sure if he has. No, he's just over there. He just continues to let his horse archers die. Let's get on top of that unit. Now, this one's running in. Get into these guys. Okay, they're doing horse archer things, which is... obviously confusing and annoying at the same time. Right, turn around. I think we got enough to finally clear out the last one. If we can clear out the last full unit, we should be in a good position, damn it. Run through him a little bit, guys. You can do it. Yeah, they can do it. Okay, let's just put the question of what's actually in the city right now. A few more horse archers. How are there so cocking many? Got more of ours routing, which is unfortunate. We're just going to do the best we can. Down goes Bagabusha's successor. And that's possibly going to cause... yeah, that's the end of those guys. So, if any luck, they might get... but unfortunately, they're already blocking the way. Okay, so that's some of their slingers coming in. They are going to chop us down, which is very unfortunate because it's a lot of turns of training. Just going to hope that... we're going to have enough left on the plaza to do this because I've killed a lot of them, but unfortunately they've killed us, which is not ideal. And sadly we've lost them. Unfortunately, this will probably need to be Bagabusha to finally actually be claimed as ours one day, but it is unfortunately just the way it goes. So I'm going to leave the peasants right there. They will engage a surprisingly hilarious distance, which I find quite amusing. Now we've got, hopefully they're still just going to be getting shot. That's basically the idea, is that their missiles are being wasted on them. But at this point, sadly, I think it's just a case of horse archers needing to be charged. And we'll just see if we can take down enough of that. Oh, mass routing! Yeah, well, the horse archers obviously are already hurt, which isn't a surprise. I don't know that we have enough to take out the general is the obvious issue on this particular battlefield. But we'll just do what we can. We'll just take out as many as we can. Parthia only have one region left, but there isn't very much we can do to finish them off, sadly. We just don't have any units here. There's the general. And sadly, that's that. We've been defeated, but I'm okay with it. I'm not terrible. And to continue the run of sieges, we have the Britons. Yes, the Britons. We do have heavy chariots to charge in, but they have 2 experience. They'll probably live. And sadly, that went about as well as you would have expected. The run of sieges doesn't end. The Spanish are coming in now, but we've seen one defense of this town already, right? So, okay, dogs and generals could get bad. And in a similar theme to pretty much all the battles here today, we do seem to be facing a slight issue of all the walls being smashed in, which is probably a case of us having taken over their towns and them just having spies in them all. Unfortunately, I can't really send my generals forward right now because they've got dogs, so we're going to have to just wait around, unfortunately. Now, this kind of reminds me of defending, yes, with Aaron, was it at, oh, I don't remember what that town was called now, something the second. in that one anyway. It's a kind of a similar looking situation, but we don't have the random peasants, and we don't have Aaron charging around like an absolute lunatic, causing lots and lots of good fun. Oh yes, that was where the Arab cavalry were completely useless. So yes, kind of a similar situation to that, except they have a general and we possibly don't have enough. It just depends how they come into this battle. I'm going to say, I'm going to get my non-general guy to come over here and just smash this unit so we can get a nice early break in, because I think the dogs are the other way. So we might as well just see if we can do a good smash in here. If nothing else, a good charge would be nice. Although it doesn't look like we're lining up a very good angle for this. We can try! But Iberian infantry are terrible, as we know, so hopefully that will do the job. Not too shabby. So they're going to come in immediately to these guys, so we're going to charge on in. That's good. They have not quite won that yet, but I'm happy enough with that situation. You can close that trap. With you two moving across to there. These guys haven't war cried yet, but we'll pick our moment for that. You give a second charge over to them, because I don't think that's a terrible plan. And they were they routing for a moment? Was that us routing for a moment? It might have been us. I hope it wasn't us. So yes, get yourselves back here. We'll get them a bit more surrounded first. You pull back as well, and we'll see what we can do. My, this episode is just a pile of defensive sieges. In fact, I'm going to send the general in over here instead. I think that might be a good plan, particularly as, yeah, this guy is piling on in just as our infantry are attacking them. And that might just be a rout if we're lucky. Yepity yep. Lovely stuff. That's torn them asunder. Okay, so that's not too bad. You guys get yourselves all back in position. I don't know exactly where. Oh, there's bodyguard back there. Get over to those Iberian infantry instead. They need to go down. They're already fleeing. They're the same ones that we already injured. Not a bad start to this one, to be fair. And, I mean, whilst we're obviously going to be making progress in places, we probably don't need to hold on to all these settlements. I do think it's worth just having a good go at trying to take as many of these as possible. So there's the general bodyguard. We don't have any missiles to tease him in. But we do have, yeah, war cry still waiting to go. I'm going to say you guys just line yourselves up. Because I'm going to say, yeah, just start getting us in here. There is a general. Yeah, general's over there. I'm not too concerned about him for the time being. But we will see. Those barbarian mercenaries can just be dealt with. Yeah, okay. I think we're just going to have to do what we can over there. You guys, war cry. You... I want to stay on the plaza if at all possible. So I'm going to say get yourself in that kind of position. The general's going to have to do his best to just hold off them. Yeah, I think we will send these guys into this angle, and that will be a-okay. And I think that will have to do. General is coming in over on that side, but hopefully this is enough to break at least some of their units. I'm going to leave the general into that fight now. I'm going to send my general in to finish him off if at all possible. And these guys are just going to have to stand on guard mode. This is pretty much all I can do now. It's just down to if their general gets himself killed or not. There is a rout in there, and their general is sort of falling back. So I have to see about that. And our guy over there is just going to have to deal with that. I'm going to send this guy to come help, though, because it looks like the numbers here are just about enough. There's the routes. Okay, all of you pile into here nice and quick. I think those guys will just have the hold against that guy. And there's the second general falling. Not the main guy, let's bear that in mind. But I'm quite happy to keep pushing through these for just about the moment. All infantry, get in on the general. The cav are just going to have... Yeah, you chase them off, actually. That's good. That just means someone's keeping them busy. That means that we can get ourselves over here. So, you know, you get yourselves into that position to charge into that other guy. That'll be good. I think we got enough to take care of that general. You're still just fighting random people, and you charge into those barbarians, Spanish lads. I think we're gonna have it here. Blow the horn of destiny. He didn't even care to do it, but amazingly, those guys are wavering and not broken. Right, just in case my general gets himself killed, he will pull back. There we go. Job done on him. Now, I'm gonna say, lads, try and get around the back of the general. We're gonna need to hit him. If you want to kill some of them on your way out, I'd very much appreciate that. So in we go then. Hank Scorpio ahoy! And yeah, the Spanish general in blue, I do like it. This guy's killing a lot of us, by the way. But we've pretty much torn them all asunder now. Where's that 3? Oh yeah, there's some skirmishers back there actually chasing him down. Better get him back to the plaza. Down goes Kingy McGee. I think it was the faction heir. Was the first guy who died, and actually this guy, the general, he was actually the random family member who wasn't actually as good. Okay, so we've got a few guys just kind of bringing themselves back into the battle for a moment. I'm going to send these 3 just to chase off odd units, clear off odd units wherever they may be. But in general, is anyone actually left? There was that skirmisher unit back there, wasn't there? I'm going to say general can just charge him down. At this stage, there isn't really enough left to be too concerned about. No. Amazingly, all that's left is the war dogs, who have released the dogs. And I'm going to say we end it there because I think they're going to absolutely eat us alive, which is quite literal, but quite accurate. So we're going to end it there. And I'd say that was a great battle for Zorion. And I did say, I'm sure I said I should have renamed this before. I don't know that I've renamed it, but Zorion, oh yes. We finally have seen the end turn. Sadly, that battle actually crashed, so it's not quite the same situation that we just saw, which is a bit of a shame. But what was that led's name again? Zorion? I might have to check the spelling of that later. But yes, Zorion has defended the town, even if the game was having a bit of a wibble there. Okay, we'll get these guys retrained as much as possible. In fact, we should probably just merge them because that wasn't as extreme damage for them as it was the first time. But we didn't kill the generals either that time. So, bit of a shame, but it is what it is. We'll have to go and deal with them later. Carthaginians has grown. Do we actually want to bother with that? We might do. We'll just grab ourselves an extended port for the time being. Now, on the note of having some money, I think we might want to try being some more interesting rebels, not simple-minded. That's a shame, you have to die. We might have to pick someone a little bit smaller than that. Ooh, okay. We'll get to this in a moment because that's quite exciting. But, yes, we can start doing a bit more damage. Now, they've healed this up since last turn. I did do a little bit of damage to it before, but let's just start smashing up their buildings. And yes, with that, they're going to be an awful lot less happy. And hopefully with a bit of writing, that will just continue going on in that direction. So, do we have ourselves a better target for review? Because actually, diplomats are normally quite tricky. If for the Thracian lad, he failed, that's a bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. You get in there, he's failed. That is annoying. Okay, there's a good pile of mercenaries here. I'm just going to merge these. And, okay, you, sir, can you just head back home? Some of you can head back. There was a guy in the hills here. Yes, he's a very similar army, actually. Maybe you don't head to the hills. We are, though, going to hire up these 4 mercs. And we are going to... How big is this army? Okay, that's a sizable army. But we're going to say we're going to take them on. And we're going to do our best to walk into the city, which won't damn revolt for some reason. So in we go. Big, nice, chunky affair to see off today without something that isn't just a siege. Okay, so they've got some 7 experience hoplites, damn it. Mostly, though, this is a battered army, so maybe we can deal with them in good time. We've got this army, which is just some random trash, and then we have the general and some archers. We'll be fine, but let's be sensible. And this could be problematic. They have themselves a lovely chonking rock over here to stand on, and it's right in their area. And unfortunately, the main army is the good one. Now, the town over there, we could intercept some of them. So that is potentially what I would do. And maybe then we could turn them off the rock. That might work out better. Is that their port over there? It might be, you know. Especially Mount Olympus. I'll be honest, this is not Mount Olympus. Especially to see it all the way from Athens on a clear day. So probably not. No. Okay, that is okay. I think we'll just have to pick... Yeah, maybe I want to stand way back maybe intercept some of them and go from there. Unfortunately, they are indeed on the sodding mountain, so I've accidentally put myself right next to their reinforcements. I forgot about these guys because I was thinking of the general. So get yourselves out of there before you walk into that guy, please. That would be lovely. Just going to go and grab some of these to maybe go and just shape up to this force here. I think we might just need to deal with them sensibly, actually. So they're actually coming off that hill. Oh, that's good news indeed, but we do need to like reorganise in that case. Militia cavalry coming in. We really don't have any missiles here, so guys, get yourself off of hoplite and start hoplighting over like this instead. And actually, this is going to be a chaotic start, isn't it? Get all the pelters in that position onto guard mode. Everyone should be running, and as for the rest of this, I don't even know what I told these guys to do so far. I'm going to tell these guys to just kind of back off with the charge forward and do that. You guys are the ones I'm going to send over here just to deal with this situation. So this is good, isn't it? It's all excellently chaotic at the start, which is definitely not how the last big mountain battle with these guys went wrong. So we'll see about that. We will, though, get these peltas charged down if at all possible. Possibly a better idea to send the general through that way. Don't. Right, I'm just gonna say this isn't your job anymore, guys. Get yourself over to the main battle. Get yourself over to the main battle. So these three guys are now onto phalanx. That is a-okay. You can come and support them, and I think we are actually vaguely in position, apart from the Thracians, who I forgot to tell to do anything, which is just magnificent. So yes, you guys over there, that will be lovely, and we might just get them to fill that gap. These are potentially just being javelined by me. I think they're just going to be getting javelined by me, so that's a-okay. So, this is all a bit silly, isn't it? Right, I'm going to get myself organised, and obviously a general's in the bloody militia hop. Obviously he's running away. You know what? You can run away. That's absolutely fine. We're just going to get these guys to walk slowly towards the enemy, and hopefully they can just do the sodding job for you. Oh dear, it's all very, very nonsensical. But I think we're largely kind of where I want us. It's not the worst situation in the world. It could be much worse. So I am happy enough for the time being, although there are some Greek cavalry coming in over here that might just be to support the general, though I've also just misclicked these guys entirely, which couldn't be a worse thing than I could imagine. So there we are. They're going to charge their Greek cavalry straight into phalanxes. That's hilarious. You go and do that. I'm quite happy. Over in this part of the world, we are slowly walking towards the enemy. I think we're slowly walking towards the enemy. That's good. So you go and deal with them. I'm just going to get this guy down here. This is the general. Good. Good. So I think we've done something, even though clearly this battle is pretty incompetent on most fronts, because apparently this is the way the Greek campaign goes. I'm going to say you get yourselves back over here, and the general's just going to mop up what he can, if anything, but unfortunately we're right on the edge of the battlefield. It is what it is. As for the main actual battle here, by the way, we do have some potential nonsense about to occur. So I'm going to get these guys to do their normal job, which is basically light infantry, and get around the side and cause some chaos. They are sending some Greek cavalry in, which is actually quite sensible timing for them just to intercept us, but they haven't intercepted at all. What is going on? Well, part of what's happened here is I've completely ignored the main battle, which seems quite amusingly to have worked out, because at this stage I barely even know what's happening, but these guys have basically won the entire battle by themselves, and these guys might as well get themselves out of formation, and they're still fighting a few Greek cavalry, those guys, fair enough. Everyone else can turn themselves around. They're now fleeing as well. Oh, don't go home. This battle's being chaos. At the very least, we could be making the most of it. Okay, fine. They've decided they don't want to do it right at the end, when I finally might have had some order in all the chaos. Let's try and take out whatever we can. No Thessaloniki here today. In the chaos that has continued, we're now taking on that 7 experience units of hoplites, by the way, which isn't particularly ideal. This guy has already proven himself to be a bit of a tit, so we're going to see if he can live this one small tiny charge, just to see. They're wavering for a moment. Come on, please. No, they're just going to get themselves killed right into the back. I can see you right there, sir. You're the last one out. Yeah, just about made it out alive. Okay. These guys are dealing with them. You've cleared them off. We're going to try not to desperately die to the units who are still here, because there we go. They've given up. I'm going to lose that entire mercenary unit for no cocking reason. Right, you are not supposed to deal with him. You're supposed to deal with him. Ridiculous. Ridiculous battle all around. Should we just send the Peltas to come and help? Maybe we should just go and send like every other unit we have. There we go. They're finally gone. At the very least, we're going to kill the armoured hoplites, the high experienced hoplites, and who knows what else, because this battle's been a nonsense. As if the nonsense couldn't go any more silly, all the units have split up, and these 5 men are all desperately trying to escape in their own very clever way, and it's actually working surprisingly well, because the units, the way they want to chase them down is one man by one man, which means no one is trying to kill this one, because they're all trying to kill someone over there somewhere. Yeah, this guy with his pike over there, I guess. But this guy's now running towards them in what is a very strange bit of commentary. He's got himself killed. Well done, sir. And now we've finally done it. What a silly battle. I mean, it's worked out okay. We've done some damage, but sadly the city is not ours. So with that then, they head back into the city. And do we want to put it under siege? Or do we just want to send all of our assassins over there to cause it problems? I think we probably want to send the assassins for problems. I think that will be very interesting. Now, Termon is no longer under siege. That is of interest to me. Possibly wanted the mercenaries over here, actually, chaps. But there we go. I'm not too worried about getting that. I just actually want some units. So we'll do that in the short term. Fine. So, Polonia, can you help us out? You can, and so you might as well, actually. Gonna send your... Oh, you can't make your units over there. Okay, things are a little bit tighter than maybe I realised in the Greek part of the world. So potentially what we want to do... Should we... I don't know. You see, there's still some massive battles with some chunky armies over here, and I haven't really got the best forces. Greece is still pretty strong. I did a good job of outmanoeuvring them, as has been so typical in this campaign. We did a good amount of outmanoeuvring at the start of the campaign, but now it's not quite the same situation, no. So at this stage, 70%, they're starting to get wise to my assassins at this stage, I suppose. But we'll just deal with Thessalonica next instead. Now, we are at least, though, getting some good units in Julianus over here, because we, at the very least, still have... Yes, a pile of Hastati coming out. You can't quite make it, unfortunately. But it might mean, if we can just gather together a nice army here, let's say, yeah, you guys over there, grab us some more of those hoplites. That's what we want to see. There's 68 actual Greek hoplites there, which is unusual. Very unusual in our armies. Get some Thracians in for good measure, and after that, it might just be a case of the old militia hoplites coming in to assist. That might just be the way this has to go. Fine. We'll grab those 2 experienced Peltas. Obviously, we want to grab ourselves any archers, including the Amazonians, and we have a few more units there. Bit of a random set, to be honest. One of you probably doesn't need to be here, actually. Maybe just one of you. Yep, fine. So we're going to go stand here. And they want to take us on in this pass. They are welcome to do so. And likewise, you might as well just put this... Ooh, the gate's open. What is in here, by the way? Not a lot. I'm tempted, but I think it's suicidal. So we're not going to do it, but I am quite tempted, yes. As we finish up today then, let's have a quick look where we're at. It's been an awful lot of defensive sieges here today, but I think we're getting in position for our final push towards 50. We'll continue after that, but might change things up slightly in how I do it from that point therein. But there's a few things I really, really want to aim for. Now, we actually haven't killed that many factions right now, which is a bit weird. Ignoring the Roman, obviously, we've killed all of those 4. But aside from them, it's not very much. Macedonia died by themselves, and we've taken out Egypt. I don't know that we've killed anyone else. Is that it? I think that might be it. So, yes, okay, fine. We're going to go and have a little pounce at Cirta very, very soon. That's not looking too happy as it is. So I'm quite happy with that. Thapsus is looking a bit strong, unfortunately, but Leptis Magna, currently under siege. Well, about to be under siege. It might as well be. There's plenty of, well, random javelin men, but plenty of units on their way. That is all looking very good. Castlevania is looking more and more like an actual castle these days and isn't flipping over. Zodion should be okay, particularly with Helios giving us some good Hastati backup with a spy or two. I might actually be able to see if Numidia have anything, but I'm guessing that they probably don't, seeing as their capitals are empty. Their generals are over here, and who knows what else is going on. So, yes, the other thing I should point out before we finish up today is that, number 1, we do have to go deal with an army that's headed towards Samuthius. So we're going to take him on the bridge, and we're going to make sure he doesn't get in behind our lines. But also, I thought we'd send Athmos the Great off on a different adventure. I think if anyone's going to claim our 50th settlement, it might have to be him. And, okay, I've got some plans for you. So he's going to take some of his good archers along. He's going to bring some horse archers to remind him of his time here in the east. But he's brought along peasants, the Steves, who took the first town for him, and the rebel general who I think was the one from over around Damartha who ran all the way across and helped him out. So we're going to take those 2 guys off, and we're going to go and jump in the boat. Now, there aren't really any boats around here, so I'm not too concerned, but it's not necessarily my greatest boat of all time. But we will just get him moving. Over here in Fahotem, yes, we're just going to gather some more forces for him. The likes of some archers, some chariots. Actually, I'm pretty sure we've got some upgrades in that town. So we'll go and do that. Why not? Yes. So we'll continue to send some of our men in that direction. But Fahotem, get yourselves, some retrained archers. We'll send them to come join you. We'll maybe pick up some other units along the way. We'll have to see about all of that. So, we'll see about that next time. That does, of course, leave Desacanthos over here. His able deputy standing on a very familiar bridge, because I'll be honest, this army was a bit chunky, and I think we can probably do better things with Athmos. So for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, the Tenacity Human, and this has been Avram's Campaign. Thank you, and tally-ho. Flaming horses! It's a flaming horse! No one would stand in the way of the Reich! No! My archers. Sorry, look at this guy. I don't want to die. But of course you shall, my friend. Oh yes.